Hello Taurus, welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel and this is your reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you and welcome. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. It's great to have you back again. If you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. If you're interested in any personal reading or any kind of information regarding the card decks that I use, etc., all that information will be below in the description box. First, a few quick notes about the specificity of the reading. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Taurus out there. So if it makes sense to you, those are your messages. If it doesn't resonate with you, kick it on out to another Taurus. This will mostly correspond to Taurus Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. So do check your personal chart. You may have other very strong significant signs in your personal birth chart, and you can look at the readings that correspond to those signs as well and get more messages that way. All Taurus cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. So let's go ahead and dig right in. So this is, this first part of March, very, very strong Pisces energy, which is actually a very complementary sign to you, Taurus. It's a water sign. It creates what's called a sextile. So it really does create open opportunities. It opens up a lot of doors. It's very good for, influencing you in a creative way. We're also going through a lot of planets in Capricorn. Mars is in Capricorn as well right now, so we actually have 4 traveling along. I'll pop up this chart for you right now so that you can see that. There are all our 4 more planets. Mars, let's see, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, all in Capricorn. And there's all of our Pisces planets. We have Mercury retrograde right now, hanging out with the Sun and Neptune, all in Pisces. So very, very strong. One thing I will point out, which is very, very nice, and I'm going to grab my ephemeris to get you a specific date on this, but Venus, which is your ruling planet, has been in Aries for this past month or so, and it will be moving into your sign on March the 6th, which is a Friday, which is beautiful because it's a Venus-ruled day. Venus will be in the sign of Taurus until April 4th. So take advantage of that, Taurus. That's a really great realignment. Venus is very happy in the sign of Taurus because it is ruled, you are one of the signs that is ruled by that planet, so you should be having a very nice time. This is very good for romance, for relationships, for friendships, for getting out and about and being more social. So very, very nice energies coming in here for you. Most of this is really aligning in a nice pattern at this time, which is really, really good for you. It's bringing through lots of feminine, earth and water energy, which is very nurturing and soul soothing. So Taurus, let's go ahead and we're going to get into your cards. I'm going to do a few major themes for you. We're going to do a full tarot spread and see what comes through intuitively from Spirit. Divine angels, beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Taurus as we do the reading for March 1st through 15th, 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. And look at that, we've got the Chariot card. This has been a very strong card coming through in the reads I've been doing lately. And so this is very much aligned with the sign of Cancer, another water sign. To me, this is very much about learning, wisdom, knowledge going forward. Some of you out there might be, going to a class or continuing education, or if you're younger, you might just be starting college or, in school right now. But there's always a lot of learning that comes through with the Chariot. There's always a lot of balance here, always that, the dark pony and the light pony, it's always there, and it's leading him forward in a better direction. So it's very much about, movement forward that, is brought through by, connecting with divine knowledge and wisdom. So very beautiful card to start, Taurus. That definitely tells me that you're You're on a journey right now. You're continuing a journey. So let's pull a card from the crystal deck. Get a crystal and chakra that will be good for you to tap into for this first half of March. Okay, so Dioptes comes up. This is about the heart chakra and about direction. I really like that combination with the Chariot, because to me, this is about really reviewing the direction of your life and where you're going. You know, to me right now, as we go through this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Pisces, there's a lot of mental and emotional review going on. So it's like, you know, if anything has been happening that you aren't so happy about and you don't really like, you will be reviewing it. You will be going back and kind of going, okay, how can I make this better? How can I do, you know, things a little bit differently? But this is really asking you, Taurus, to tap into your heart chakra. That's why it's so beautiful that we are, you know, going forward this month into Venus in your own sign, because that's really going to get into, you know, the heart, getting into anything to do with the heart and your emotions. So let's pull a animal from the Druid Animal Oracle and see which animal spirit is strongest with you this first half of March. Look at that. Oh, Taurus, one of my favorites, the owl. So to me, this is wisdom, this is insights, this is the ability to see in the dark. So, you know, this is really getting you in touch with your more subconscious side, the deeper side of yourself. You may need a little time even to go within and really do some of that soul searching. But the owl always comes through with a lot of wisdom and, you know, that ability to see into the heart of the matter, even if it's a little confusing, which right now things are kind of a lot confusing with Mercury retrograde in Pisces. There's definitely a lot of that like cloudy confusion, so be patient with yourself right now through this first half of March. So I'm going to move Mr. Dragon over here and we're going to dig into your tarot. We're just going to do a full spread. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite for that major spread, and I'm going to be clarifying when necessary with the Celestial deck. Woo, these are popping. Let's go ahead and get it out. Well, that King came right out off the top. King of Wands at the center. Very, very fiery for you, Taurus. All right, so here we go at the center. King of Wands came out, so to me this is about leadership, this is about fire, this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, really standing strong in your convictions and your beliefs and your thoughts. So, you know, very, very powerful coming out. That's really where you are right here. Let's pull a clarifier on that King of Wands, see what it's looking like. Yeah, and look at that on top of that. One of the most positive cards, if not the most positive card, with the Sun coming out on top of that. So to me, this is very warm, very fiery energy. There may be a very specific Leo in your life, possibly, because both of these, you know, have a connection to Leo. But if not, this is just you, like stepping into your role of leading your own life, of not, you know, letting someone else take the lead for you, and just standing stronger and having more confidence in yourself. Very strongly that's coming up, you know, really embracing a stronger sense of self-worth or self-esteem. In the immediate past, we have the Seven of Cups, which can be a very confusing card. Lots of options, lots of different avenues that your life could take. And so for some Taurus out there, since this is general, it won't apply to everyone, but some of you, maybe a lot of you, you know, have been coming from a place where you've been really confused, because it's like there's a lot of things that maybe you would like to try or that you would like to be doing. And honestly, I think Taurus people are good at so many things, and so you can suffer from a little bit of that omnivore's dilemma where it's like, I want to do it all, so how do I pick just one? So that may be where you're coming from, and so you may really be now, you know, at this present moment deciding, you know, what it is that you're going to choose, because all that Sun card and that King of Wands, that's very strong. That's like, I made my choice. I'm going to stick my, you know, wand in the ground and I am going forward. So, you know, on top of that Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, there's the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles to me shows that you may have decided to do something where you see potential for growth, potential for building. It may not be the most glamorous, it may not give you everything you want right away, but you see the long-term potential of it, so that's what you've chosen to do. Going into the immediate future, we have the Temperance card. There's that angel coming up, balancing, you know, both heaven and earth, balancing both the emotions and the practical side of yourself. This is Sagittarius energy that may be important to you, but to me this is always a card of divine balance, you know, finding the balance in things. And temperance is also to me a word that makes me think of tempering steel, you know, making steel of a sword, you know, more flexible and also more resilient and strong at the same time. So you could definitely feel that you've been going through a tempering process, where the fires of life have really challenged you, but you're emerging stronger and more flexible as a result. And then we have Death on top of that, very strong Scorpio energy. So, you know, already very strong on the board is, you know, is Leo. Now we got Scorpio, we got Sagittarius. These could be some very important players in your life right now. But there's definitely, like, you know, this death and rebirth going on right here. So some things are definitely passing away, but it's making you a stronger person, Taurus. This could also be doing some shadow work or some, you know, shadow side work for you, because Scorpio is the opposite sign from you. That's your flip side. So you could be looking at, you know, two different perspectives within yourself. So let's go within. So here's a message coming from, you know, the subconscious. This is what's going on in your deep, you know, emotions or inside of your heart. Knight of Swords. So this is very rapid energy. It's a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of mental, you know, overthinking sometimes. And so what I would say with this card for you is that you could be dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of overthinking. So it's really definitely advised, Taurus, right now that you know, take a little break, because right now with Mercury in retrograde, overthinking gets you nowhere. It gets none of us anywhere, because the more that we try to think it, the more confusing that it gets. So definitely don't get caught in the mind right now at this time. Yes, look at this Princess of Wands. So this is the same as the Page of Wands. It's like, embrace the new beginnings, embrace something new that's coming in, go back to that innocent childlike spirit. And this is a card of the summer. So, you know, again, you know, Leo is popping up in there, Cancer, Virgo. The summertime signs are coming through with her as well. So just keep that in mind, that a lot of your worries may be laid to rest when the summer comes up for you this year. So on top, a message from Spirit. Here is the Justice card coming out. Very strong Libra energy. So let's add another big major sign. Here's another major arcana card coming up. But this is about balance. This is a message from the divine that, you know, everything is in divine balance. It may not feel that way at all, you know, to you right now on this earth plane, but there's that Justice card coming through saying, Taurus, just take a breather. You know, Spirit has got this, and anything that feels out of whack, anything that feels off kilter, or imbalanced will be made right. So let's look at a clarifier for that. Yes, and look at that, 10 of Cups. So, you know, Spirit is really saying, Taurus, there's going to be so much blessing here for you. You know, balance and blessing, because 10 of Cups to me is just like that ultimate sort of emotional fulfillment there. And all of the water signs are represented. We have a lot of Pisces energy going on, so very strong water. Cancer and Scorpio also in that card. So yet again, we got Scorpio coming back around. So definitely there's that rebirth yet again. So Taurus, let's get a little bit deeper and get you some advice up along the side. So suggested approach is the Magician card. So this is taking all of your talents. Like I said, Taurus is really good at a lot of different things. You might find a way to take all the things that you're good at and bring them together in a unified force. That's the Magician. This is a very Mercury ruled card. Very Gemini card, in my opinion. It's about thought, it's about communication, it's about the mental facilities. Mercury is high on our list right now, being in retrograde, so, you know, you might want to wait until after March 9th when that goes direct. But definitely, there's some good, you know, alchemy going on with you, bringing together all of your various talents and putting them together for the highest good. And look at that, crossed over by the 8 of Pentacles. So if you haven't got there yet, Taurus, that's totally fine. The 8 of Pentacles is, you know, steady as it goes. It's this Capricorn and Virgo energy. So very, very strong, grounded, don't give up, you know, just work at it one day at a time. What you need to know about this, look at that Judgment card. And we already said there's a lot of Scorpio energy coming into this. So, you know, in the immediate future, you've got Temperance, you've got Death. It's like, this is to me the higher vibration of the Death card, because this is not just the death, this is the rebirth. So definitely what you need to know, Taurus, is that you are in a definite death and rebirth cycle. You've got to let this play out. You know, there's renewal and, you know, things coming back to life right around the corner. Ooh, and look at that. So Prince of Swords came back again. That's the same as that Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords is coming up here twice, Taurus. Y'all are going through some heavy anxiety. Some of y'all are really kind of driving yourself a little bit crazy mentally right now. And it has a lot to do with this. A lot to do with this complete rebirth. Because you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. I don't know what I'm going to do next. So just take a breath. Take a breath, Taurus. Right now, it's not the time to try to figure anything out like that on a mental level. This is Mercury retrograde time. It's in Pisces. Pisces is just super emotional, very spiritual and mystical. And yes, Pisces can be that steam, that mist, that fog that is really confusing. So the more you worry, the harder it's going to get. The more that you let it go, the easier it's going to get. So that's a big thing to keep in mind right now. So your hopes and fears, yeah, I mean, here's that tower. It's like you know, really don't want to face another tower moment. You've had some things, you know, really come crashing down. You've had some things, you know, some old constructs really, really blow up on you. But I think the tower is always a divine card. It's always about spirit coming in and finally saying, you know what, enough of that. We're going to get rid of this old structure. We're going to clean it up. And if you've been holding on to it real hard, I know a lot of Taurians, they hold on to things so hard and they're very stubborn about it and they just keep hammering it. It's like, it's so time to let go and let spirit handle things, because the more that you try to control it, the more uncontrollable it seems to become. Yeah, and Ace of Cups is coming up. So, you know, very similar to that 10 of Cups with the Justice card, you have got that Ace of Cups. So, Taurus, to me, this is very much, I mean, I can't even stress how strongly I feel that this is like let go and let spirit take over, because big blessings are around the corner if you do that, if you just release. You know, that Ace of Cups brings in, you know, very, very strong Cancer vibe, but also, again, Scorpio and Pisces. And then that last card, the outcome, there's that Five of Swords. So this is you really picking yourself back up after, you know, a battle, after you feel like, you know, people may have dropped their sword and walked away, and you're kind of standing there holding the bag, or holding the swords, as it were. So, you know, you may be feeling kind of alone, kind of left out. That's definitely a feeling that you're having right now, but let's see what comes up as a clarifier. And there is that Four of Wands, which is a beautiful card, Taurus. That's all about, you know, a stable home, you know, happy family, all those, you know, commitments and connections that you're really hoping to make. To me, you know, this Five of Swords, to me it's like there's conflict and there's motion in those fives. And there many times is a feeling of stress or being left out or not being included. Be careful with arguments during this first half of March. Be very careful about starting them, because you do have that Knight of Swords coming through twice. And to me, that Knight of Swords can be an argumentative knight, right? Because it's that air element. It's the thoughts and the things that we say, right? The way that we communicate. So, you know, if you come rushing in with your sword and you're just attacking somebody or something, they're just going to walk away from you, and you're not going to get what you want. So it's like, be very careful. Don't let your mental stress or your anxiety that you're going through, don't let it, you know, go out of yourself and, you know, take it out on someone else. Likewise, if someone's taking something out on you, it's better not to engage. It's better just to take it easy, because they may be going through a similar mental stress as well. With the Mercury retrograde, a lot of times, many people are on edge. You know, so that's definitely, and arguments during retrogrades, they just kind of don't go anywhere. So if there feels like there's an argument coming up, this isn't really the time to have it. You know, if you feel like there's something that you really do need to say, try writing it down. Try, you know, actually taking a pen and paper and just writing down your feelings. You may find later that you still want to, you know, talk about those things with somebody, and maybe later you go, it wasn't really that big of a deal. So just give yourself some time, give yourself some patience. Definitely take a good deep couple breaths. And just relax, Taurus. This is a time not to get caught up in your head, not to stress, and not to get too anxious. So let's pull the Hero's Journey Oracle. We're going to get an affirmation card for you for this reading. This is crazy. Okay, so Aries had this card too. The Magic Zone. Okay, to me this card is very interesting, because it says the exhilaration of discombobulation, and to me, yeah, we're very discombobulated with Mercury retrograde in Pisces. But when we, again, it says let go and let spirit, because the exhilaration of that experience is that when things get we you know, beyond our control, and we start to see, you know, how spirit is moving, it's like we finally choose to, you know, take our hands off that steering wheel and let spirit, you know, go lead us. And so to me, that's really where you want to be right now, because if, you know, if you try to control it yourself, Taurus, it's really going to get harder. So let go, let spirit, be in the magic zone. Absolutely. I hope you have a wonderful first half of March, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.